Watch with 4409 and Mr. Spike Bravo here today. Wave to the camera. Anyway, you ain't going to believe what happened to Mr. Spike Bravo. Spike Bravo has a YouTube channel. It's called Spike Bravo. You can go to YouTube and type in Spike Bravo, or I may put it on my channel. You can go check it out. It's very funny stuff. You're more of a libertarian-leaning type of leave me the hell alone type.
Yeah, I'm pretty libertarian. I'm very much a free thinker. I'm very much about asking the questions that matter, asking questions that make the people in power uncomfortable.
Are some of those people cops?
Well, yes, they are, and which brings me to one of the adventures that I had on Sunday morning as I was I was going to church. I was pulled over on my electric bicycle by not one, not three, 7 squad cars.
I think
That's
it was
right,
more than like
folks.
9. But listen, folks, when I'm telling you about these pirates, you guys, I mean, a lot of you take me serious, but a lot of them, you get some, people think, oh, come on, it's not that big a deal. It is.
Thank God I have my video camera
when you
with
guys
me.
see this video, this is the amazing thing. The man caught it all on video.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it shows you the stupidity that these guys, these pirates, they don't care. And I think this guy is mentally ill in his head, and I hope you guys call. I'm going to leave the number to the police department, and you guys call and tell them exactly how stupid these people looked. I mean, this guy has it's an electric bicycle, and when you see this video, guys, I'm not kidding. It is the most insane thing I've seen in quite a while. I mean, I've seen crazy crap before. I mean, this takes the cake. And he gave you not one ticket, right?
Five charges.
Five charges. One ticket would have been bad because it was just stupid.
Yeah.
Right? But he gave you 5. He wrote up the whole book because they're told to write up the whole book. If there's 5 charges on this, you got to write it all up, right? You can't just have one. I mean, they got a line. I mean, if there's 5 spots, you got to fill all 5 spots up, correct?
Yep.
So he's writing you all these 5 things here. One of them was he kept calling it what? A moped.
Yep.
Why is it not a moped?
It is not a moped because it is not a vehicle.
And when we look up moped, I had something cops don't do. These pirates, something you don't do. You have to actually read. I know it's a weird concept. But we went to the statutes and actually looked up definitions of what a moped is. Now, they're expecting me to know the law, right? Well, you're the one writing the effing ticket. You should know the laws. Mm-hmm. You should know the laws better than me.
Yeah.
So I look up moped means a bicycle that is equipped with a helper motor if the vehicle has a maximum piston displacement of 50 cubic centimeters or less. Meaning it has to have a motor on it with a piston. Spike
no
Bravo,
motor.
is there a motor on there?
Yeah, no pistons.
There's no pistons in it. Thank you. So, first off, him calling it a moped, operating moped without a valid Arizona registration. It's a bicycle.
Yeah.
So, I mean, every one of these, I went and looked at the registration. They keep calling it a vehicle.
Yep.
So, what do we do, Spike? We went and looked up what vehicle was.
A vehicle, you've got the definition in front of you, so.
Yeah, a vehicle means a device on or by which a person or property is or may be transported or drawn upon a public highway, excluding devices moved by human power.
Uh-huh.
Now,
it has pedals.
Your bike has a pedal on.
I can pedal it. It's hard to do, but I can pedal it. It's possible.
Yeah, so it's moved by human power. So, or this also talks about stationary rails or tracks, but that has nothing to do with yours. So, first of all, it has to be classed a vehicle, and it's not a vehicle, according to their rules. Now, they gave you operating a moped. Again, it's not a moped because clearly you don't have a motor, but he wrote moped without a valid Arizona driver's license. Well, we looked up what it takes to have a valid driver's license. You have to be driving in a vehicle. We clearly state it's not a vehicle. So then we go down to improper, no proof of insurance. Well, insurance has to do with insurance, according to the 284135C, has to do with a motor vehicle as well. It's not a motor vehicle. And then they say you had no windshield. I mean, come on, man. No windshield? We looked up that statute, 28964A, and that has to do with motorcycles. Motorcycle means a motor vehicle.
Yep.
We go back to vehicle, it means excluding stuff that is powered by humans. So, foot power.
And she went, before I got my camera out, the cop had approached me and he was asking me, where's the muffler? Where's the gas tank?
No, he did
but
not
the
really.
Yes, he did. But then when I got my camera out and he noticed the camera, his attitude changed completely. When I pulled my camera out, he immediately called for backup. He immediately...
You're a terrorist! You're a terrorist! Spike Bravo's a terrorist! Spike Bravo's a terrorist, man.
That's right.
So, I mean, this is where we're coming to, guys. I mean, literally, this guy... And tell him where you're going to, Spike Bravo.
I was going to church.
Oh, you're a terrorist! You're going to church? Oh, man. We got to stop and give you $2,500 worth of tickets before you go to church, man.
Yeah.
How are you supposed to give anything to the offering, man? I mean, I tried telling listeners, man, you don't even know the first of it. Even you said, man, I didn't realize really quite what you were talking about. But what did you think now?
It really woke me up. Because it's one thing to hear about it when it happens to other people and see videos of other people, but I got pulled over on my electric bike. The thing's falling apart. It's a piece of crap, but it gets me where I need to go. And I mean, the thing barely 9 friggin' squad cars. Which are
14
brand new cars, brand new uniforms.
But they're out of money.
In a budget crisis.
They're out of money.
Pulled me over.
They're all riding doubles, and they got brand new rides, brand new vests, brand new everything.
Overwhelming force to pull over a guy on a bicycle going to church.
You're a terrorist, man, on a Sunday afternoon. And what's very funny, man, when you guys see the video, there's like chemtrails flying right over your head.
Oh, yeah. It's priceless.
Well, I was like, that's the first thing I was noticing. I was like, look at all this damn chemtrails planes flying right over your head. And they're like worried about some dude driving his bicycle on the street. And they're getting sprayed with barium aluminum. When you see this show of force over a guy riding a electric bicycle, I mean, it is the most bizarre thing I've seen in quite a while. They called me up and said, 4409, you got to see this. You ain't gonna believe it. And I said, oh yeah, I believe it. This is what we're gonna have to deal with in the future, guys. This is not going away. This is only gonna get worse. I don't know how you get worse, but I mean, you got a guy on an electric bike getting totally attacked. But I'm telling you right now, guys, I've been warning about this. These pirates there's some really smart ones out there, but man, I'm telling you, the majority of them, either one, they don't give a shit, or they are literally just mentally handicapped.
Well, see, I think a lot of it is that, and I know there are good cops out there, I've met some, but I think there's the big problem, especially in a conservative place like Arizona, is people think that once you put on a badge and a gun, you're somehow magically an ethical person, which is a pile of, I mean, if you're going to think that, you might as well believe in
You know what?
Santa
I think
Claus.
they really do. I think there may be a mental thing that they do think they're ethical. And that's why the whole term of the pirate is what I wanted to use, is to show
what they were doing. Well, the
Nazis
thought they were ethical. The Gestapo thought they were ethical.
They probably did think they were. And they thought they were doing something right.
I've read Mein Kampf. They thought they were ethical. Hitler talks a great deal about how he was an ethical person. If you read a lot of these psychos and sickos, these dictators, Saddam Hussein thought he was an ethical person.
You know what? And so is Bush. And if you tell them, if you say that enough to yourself, you believe it. I mean, if you say it enough over and over and over, you will believe that you're doing something good. And that's what they teach them every day when they go back. When they go to their meetings in the morning, the officer, the sergeant said, you're doing great work. The people love you, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, and it's an us against them mentality.
Keep writing tickets. And this guy, I think he's a newbie. He's an older gentleman, but I'm starting to think he was a newbie. And he did, because they were all gathering around. It was like this was his first ticket or something.
Well, if
I mean,
you see a lot of the cops, especially the younger ones, what's really interesting is I've seen some of these cops who, especially the female cops, I mean, literally, I could pick one up with one hand. They're so small and frail and fragile.
They are real small and fall, aren't they? I mean, I've seen that over and over. They're real tiny women.
Yeah, and
it's amazing.
It's like
they go out of their way to pick them.
Yeah,
tiny.
I mean, I don't understand. I mean,
because then you have a mentality. Cops, because when you're small, then when you get power with a gun, then you're more vicious.
Oh yeah.
So
because I mean these little people, they get attacked and bullied
their whole life, and then they give them a gun and a taser.
Yeah, and they turn into the sadists that they were picked on previously.
Well, man, some interesting stuff. You guys go to Spike Bravo's channel, check it out. I mean, you ain't gonna believe this video when it comes out. I got to get done editing and do some crap and blah, 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 and put it all together. I have another video of him, too, when he ran out front of the Phoenix studio and handed a cop a video. It was very funny.
I'm going to do a lot more of that. I'm going to do a lot more activism. We really need to crack down on a lot of these politicians and bureaucrats. Right. And I also want to encourage people to donate what they can to Freedom's Phoenix, because we got a lot of good people here. We do a lot of good work, but we need more money in order to continue the fight in the way that we can. We can be as big as Infowars.com. We can be as big as Alex Jones, but it's going to take, some money and some effort on the part of people to come on down here, stop being an armchair activist, get involved. These pirates, they forced me to be involved. They forced me to be a better activist. They forced me to be as somebody who fights more for freedom, even more viciously.
They messed around with the wrong people.
Yeah, basically.
You should have left you go.
Yeah, and I mean, I know a couple of guys from, Infowars, Sheldon, and 4409, and hopefully I'm going to be able to be on the Alex Jones show of my 15 minutes of fame.
All right, man, that's from Private Watch, man. That's as much as we could do. We'll see you on the backside.